Hi everybody, my name is Butternuts and welcome back to Everlasting Summer. Where we left off, it's been a while since I've had to come back to this. Alisa was threatening to tell everybody that we seduced her, so we'll see what happens. Alright, let's just jump on it. The night left a feeling of anxiety behind and I woke up exhausted, both physically and mentally. It happens to me all the time. You see incredibly lucid images in your dream, as if you fell into a Hollywood blockbuster with a plot full of twists, well-paid actors, and multi-million-dollar visual effects, and then you wake up in the morning without remembering a thing. That's what I was trying to do, to restore the images shown by my relaxed brain, but that part of my memory was empty, either archived or formatted completely. It's 7 a.m. according to the clock. I seem to be an early bird today. Olga is still sleeping, wrapping tightly in her blanket. Wrapping so tightly in a hot summer. Ugh. I got up, stretched, and went to the mirror to have a look at myself. I'd better shave. Strange idea. Before, twice a month was enough, but now nothing depends on the way I look. I haven't found a razor anyways. Why do I even need it? If I look like I'm 17 at most. So, breakfast can't start earlier than 9 a.m. And this means I have plenty of time, which I could spend on walking and washing, for example. The water didn't seem as ice cold as the previous day. On the contrary, its refreshing coolness helped me to brace up and come back to reality, whether all these events could actually be called real. The tooth powder didn't seem to be such an outdated thing. A quick thought struck me that it's not that different from toothpaste. When I returned to the cabin, Olga was already up. She was standing in front of the mirror and fixing her hair. "Good morning, Semyon." "Good morning." Because of a lack of sleep, my head was still singing and my thoughts were all jumbled together. However, I didn't regret waking up instead of my usual habit of sleeping in for 2 or 3 hours more. "How come you got up so early?" "It just happened." "And no neckerchief once again?" I'll do it myself. Not a big deal. On my way to the canteen." "I don't think so. Do it now." "Did you forget about the lineup before breakfast?" "How could I ever forget?" "And what's the lineup going to be about today?" "We'll discuss the agenda for the day." "So what's the agenda?" Frankly speaking, I didn't care for what might be on the agenda. For our courageous pioneer troop, I was mostly interested in where our brave leader will send our little pioneer army for the following 12 to 15 hours. Maybe I could manage to avoid enemy locations. You'll find out at the lineup. She gave me a willy smile. "Olga, you know my stomach is getting upset. I'd rather, well, I believe that's okay to miss the lineup once. It could get all nasty if I fail to control it right there." Where did all this courage come from? "You have 5 more minutes. I'm afraid I need more time. Could you tell me right now, please?" "Sure, I'll try, but in case it all goes down..." "Okay, fine." On our list for today is cleaning the camp locations, organizing the books in the library, some other minor task, and of course, we have a ball in the evening. Ooh, I love balls. "You must take part in the camp activities today." "You bet." "Definitely, and I know I'd rather... Come on, let's hit the road." I came out of the cabin and hid in the bushes behind it, waiting for Olga to leave. Actually, I didn't have any particular reason to behave this way, but the voice within me kept telling me that I have nothing to do with the lineup. After the camp leader left, I went back to the cabin and decided to wait for breakfast there. Well, I'm not planning on taking part in the community life today. Cleaning and organizing, that's not what someone in my situation should be doing. 2 days have passed and I'm still right where I started. All the residents seem to be perfectly ordinary people. They weren't involved in any conspiracy, weren't communicating with aliens, and had no idea about time wars. Of course, each of them is a bit peculiar, but those peculiarities do not seem out of line at all. Moreover, if I had met any of these pioneers in my familiar world, I wouldn't suspect anything wrong. They seem to be even more normal and natural than, let's say, yours. They seemed to be even more normal and natural than, let's say, yours truly. This line of reasoning was quite logical. The illogical part was the absence of answers. Ordinary people in an extraordinary place. I've heard and seen that already somewhere. Dozens of pioneers, or even more, live their familiar lives to do the regular stuff day by day. They don't understand that the world around them is not what it looks like, okay? Him comparing, whatever. This is their point of view. As for me, I'm not acquainted with the world of that camp and its residents. Oh, how do you pronounce that? Sovyonok. Oh, okay, that wasn't so hard. Sovyonok camp and its residents, even if they seem to behave the way normal people would under the same circumstances. I have to decide here and now, are those people involved in what's happening to me? Can they give me answers? Or do I have to seek the truth somewhere else? It seems I overdid it a bit with the thinking there's no usual crowd of hungry pioneers near the canteen. Or even inside the canteen. Most of them probably had their breakfast before 9 a.m. That's even better. 2's the company, 3's the crowd. Lena was sitting in the farthest corner of the canteen, lazily picking with her fork at the amorphous lump that vaguely resembled porridge. Having a breakfast with her seems like a good idea. We can have a chat in peace. Or at least try to have one. I was on the way to her table when suddenly somebody grabbed me by the sleeve. Is it Oyana? She always fucking bugs me. Oh, no. The librarian. Get your meal and come. We need to talk. What are you waiting for? I was a bit confused. Pardon, isn't this a bit too sudden? What's wrong? Get your meal and sit down. I suppose that she considers her behavior completely normal. Fine. I'm not sure why, but I accepted the invitation. What if I can learn something new? She is such a bookworm. A minute later, I was sitting in front of Xenia with the tray and the simple meal of it on it. Porridge, 2 eggs, 4 pieces of white bread, and a sausage and a glass of compote. Bon appetit. Thanks. I decided to act as politely as I could and also eat more neatly, without chomping and spilling crumbs of food or drops of compote. So what do you want to talk about? Today at the library. I wasn't listening from the point onwards. I immediately recalled Olga's words about the scheduled events for today. Don't forget. Oh, what? I said don't forget to visit the library after lunch. What for? Were you even listening? Nope. I admitted honestly. Xenia's face turned red, then appeared green, then turned a soft purple color. Today, after lunch, you in the library. Got it, dunce? Dunce? What kind of curse is that? Though a pioneer must never use a curse word, how could I forget this rule? Oh yeah, sure, I apologize. Of course, I'll be there. Actually, I wasn't really planning to go anywhere, but if you want to make someone speak, you need to sacrifice a bit first. By the way, what year is it now? I totally lost count. I decided to play fair. She looked at me perplexedly and answered, Have you gone completely bananas? Honestly, that's how I felt for the last few days. Xenia didn't reply. So what year is it? I smiled kindly. Listen, why don't you visit the infirmary? Will they tell me what year it is there? Oh, certainly, and even more. Xenia stood up and headed to the exit. Wait, you didn't finish your meal! But it looks like she won't turn back. Can I eat it? I was finishing chewing on a sausage, which tasted like a twisted pear cable. I wonder if they have internet access here. No, I guess not. A pioneer sitting on the next table noticed me talking to myself and stared at me. I smiled and waved to him in return. After such a friendly greeting, he for some reason left the canteen quickly without finishing his breakfast. Done with the food, it's time to search for some clues. Some time later, I finally came to the infirmary. I had nothing to do in that place. Though the nurse seemed quite caring, it's better to keep a distance from her. Such benevolence is actually scary. She may know something, but I just hadn't the courage to enter the infirmary. Moreover, I had no reason to, not a single one. Immersed in my own thoughts, I did notice the nurse who was standing on the porch. Hi there, Pioneer. She came closer. You must be sick. Did you come for medicine? No, I was just wandering around. Oh, a trant, I see. But if you are here, I have a serious task for you. I gave her a look of inquiry. The word task made me feel uneasy. It sounded like something inevitable. Okay. The nurse smiled spitefully. You both will help me to make an inventory of the supplied medicine which arrived today. Both? Who are we? Perhaps I misheard. But what word could be confused with both? Hi. Lena emerged from behind the nurse's back. It seems strange that I haven't had noticed her until now. Jesus Christ, I can't read, talk, whatever. Come here after dinner. I have explained everything to Lena. She will tell you what to do. Medicine, huh? Supplied today? But Olga told me that no bus would arrive in the next couple of days. So there were visitors to the camp today? Yes, they arrived from the city this morning. Why are you asking? Just curious. Alright then, Pioneer. So tonight after dinner, you'll be here. Maybe Lena was barely noticeable this whole time. Surely she's able to remain invisible like a skilled ninja. I could do it on my own. No way, there's lots of boxes. And a pioneer is always ready. Isn't that so, Pioneer? Why are you blushing? I don't want to spend the whole evening doing something like this, and also, I've got more important things to do. But rejecting this request would be really improper. If it wasn't Lena who was standing here, I would definitely think my way out. Sure, why not? Nice! That's how a true pioneer should answer. Even after these words, I barely came a step closer to be prepared. Always prepared motto. Then you can go. I looked at Lena, who was still staring at the ground. I guess all that time she spent staring at the ground wasn't enough to learn everything there is to know about the life and habits of different insects. Aw, dude, that's mean. Plus, Lena likes to read, so she probably reads many biological, botanical, and so on books. Perhaps she wants to become an entomologist. Where will you head next? Lena's words drew me away from the obscure thoughts. We'd been standing at the square for some time, and my speculation about bugs' lives were only an attempt to escape this awkward situation. Though, why did I see it awkward? Just don't forget, alright? Don't forget what? Well, tonight, after dinner, at the infirmary. Her face got a slightly grumpy look to it. No way, that's impossible. Alright, right after dinner, I'm at your service. I thought too late. At my words, Lena blushed even harder. I need to find a way to ease this situation. Why did the nurse ask you to do it? I don't know. I was just sitting on the bench reading a book, then she came, and it's smart to ask a reliable person who would never say no. Okay. Well then, after dinner. Okay. Oh, she smiled. I'll be off then. Yeah, sure. She walked off somewhere beside the clubs, and I just stood at the square for some time. So what's next? I decided to visit my cabin in order to collect my phone. I don't know where... You have your phone? I don't know where I'll find myself today, but having a watch is always useful. Ah, shit. Suddenly I heard a different tune, which was cutting through the usual noise of the camp. I listened to it carefully. Sounds like an electric guitar. 3 repeating chords, no more. But this melody still felt somehow warm, as if a vacuum tube-based audio amplifier was used. Could there be such a luxury here? The sound was definitely coming from somewhere near the stage area. I wonder who that could be. Let's go take a look. Coming to the stage area. Damn it, I caught sight of Elisa on the stage. The girl was giving it all. With her eyes closed, she placed one of her legs upon the speaker and was swaying her body with the rhythm of the music. I couldn't recognize the melody, but I was pretty sure that I'd heard it before. Probably something from Soviet rock. I could have named a dozen bands in this genre right off the bat, but I was hardly an expert. The song seemed really simple, literally just 3 chord progression. Probably even I could have played it, given some time to practice. I wonder where Elisa got her playing skills. Probably from YouTube. In the USSR, such music had never been nationally acclaimed. The future rock star wasn't taking any notice of me. It was like she was trying to become one with the music, to resound at every note, in every bar, in every triplet. Rock heroes of the 80s instantly came to my mind. Many of them were devoted to the music in a similar way. If she got dressed in something more suitable for that period's fashion instead of a pioneer uniform, no one would have noticed the difference. I just noticed there's a panty shot. God damn it. Her performance was coming to an end. Picking out a last couple of chords, Elisa finally noticed me. No, get the fuck away from me. Did you like it? She doesn't seem as surprised as if I would have expected. Yeah, that was cool. How are you still playing the music? This is... Oh, I like this part though. I like this. Yeah, this I like. As if you could do any better, smiled Elisa slyly. I'm not saying that I can do it better. I'm not a pro in music. No doubt. Yep. I didn't know what to tell her next and was heading on my way. Wait a minute. What? Heard about the evening dance party? I thought it was a ball. Ball, dance party, what's the difference? Oh, oh, god damn it, does she have a crush on me? Yes, I did, and so what? Are you going? After throwing those words, she turned away. I'm not sure. And you? What am I going to do there? Watch a herd of morons? There was some truth in Elisa's words, but this open disrespect surprised me. It's clear that it's not the idea of a ball that she hates. But why? What do you mean by why? Well, why don't you want to come? Dance parties ought to be fun. Do you really think so? Annoyance flashed in her voice. I don't know, but I thought that you would. Never liked them. She interrupted me. There's absolutely nothing to do at such parties. I see. So what's your plan then? I asked just to keep the conversation going. I'll just carry on practicing. What are you practicing? The song, dumbass. You even heard it. Elisa had gone totally mad. A few more wrong questions and I will have to run for my life. Who wrote that song? I did. So you wrote it by yourself? By myself. Cool. An awkward silence hung in the air. Okay then. Don't you want to listen? Aw. Oh, didn't I just hear it? That's not what I meant. She pouted. Aw, god damn it. The whole song is just a jam for now. Oh, come on, do it then. Not right now. Well, don't do it then. I felt uncertain about what she wanted from me. You mean you don't want me to play? seems like I frustrated her. I got ready for her to smash the guitar on my forehead or something even worse, but there was only an upset expression on Elisa's face. I want to, I told you. Come here tonight, then I'll play it for you. For me? How cute. Tonight is the dance party. You said that you wouldn't go. I didn't say that. Frankly speaking, I didn't want to go, but messing around with... I don't know how to pronounce that, but Javcha was no good either. Olga won't like it. Screw her, said Elisa, getting steamed up. You know, at this point, I really don't want to piss you off. Between shame at the dance party and her mad guitar skills, I'd rather pick the latter. Good boy. She smiled strangely. I was just wondering if the decision I made was a right one when suddenly I was interrupted by ringing, calling for the pioneers' lunch. I looked towards the canteen. I suppose it's time to go. Hunger is a sharper thorn. I turned around with an intent to call Elisa to come along, but she looked so cheerless and down. Every musician should know when it's time to leave. I grumbled under my breath. Who is marching forward in a row? It is a pioneer squad. Pioneers in a row usually march to the canteen as a sovyonok camp. I was looking for a place where no one would disturb me like what happened before. Just so I can eat in peace. And for what? And for that, I have to at least not be the last one to come. But I was pretty sure whatever happens here happens whether I want it to or not. The canteen was crammed and full as an egg. Olga was standing at the entrance, guarding it like a hawk. Well, Semyon, were you working hard today? Hard enough. Well done, truly well done. And the hardest is yet to come, I just bet. Fine, take a seat next to the girls. She pointed at the table next to the pillar. Slavia, Ulyana, and Lena were already sitting there. Not bad company, at least not the worst. I got my meal and went up to them. I don't know how to feel about this. I caught myself sounding a bit clueless. There was no other free places anyways. Oh, did I ask to take a seat? Must have skipped it. Today the meal consisted of a plate of borscht. I suspected there was some meat lurking in it, but I had no evidence. Some poultry, chances are Chickenus domesticus, with fried potatoes and a traditional glass of compote. I found myself liking the local food more and more. I guess I just came to the conclusion that I have no other choice, which means there's no use in complaining. Thank God there's something to eat. Coming to the ball tonight? I don't know. Though I already had my arrangements with Elisa. He'll come. He got nowhere to go, Ulyana said happily. You will come for sure? Of course, I can't miss the opportunity to watch you make a fool of yourself. Oh, God damn it, Ulyana. She got it right, so I decided not to reply. And what about you? I asked Helena. Yes. Aw, she smiled. Ah, damn it, I should have said no. See, you should go too then, said Slavia, as if leaving me no choice. Don't forget to wear your tailcoat. Apparently, Ulyana was so pleased with her joke that she laughed out. But I really had nothing to wear. My wardrobe was just a pioneer uniform and my winter clothes, which would be inappropriate even in the evening. And what will you be dressed in, entertainer? Secret? Will it be a little dress, just like in a kindergarten's matinee? Ulyana turned red. Looks like I managed to offend her. Fuck, what I did. Okay. No, I will wear a biohazard suit, just so I don't catch an infection from you. I wonder what kind of infection are you afraid of catching from me? Enough, you guys, don't quarrel. Idiocy, of course. Looks like Ulyana was highly pleased with her, as she thought brilliant answer again. You know, if you already have the flu, you can't catch a cold. Oh! Oh! Two can play at that game. What are you implying? Oh, nothing. Nothing at all. I looked away slyly. Ah! Oh my god. Do you mean that? She went red again. I don't mean anything. Guys! Given that it was Lena who interfered, it probably really was time to stop. You're asking for it. You're gonna get it. What? You'll finally wise up? Wait, was that me saying that? Oh, okay. Instead of replying, Ulyana grabbed her plate filled with borsch and tipped it over my head. Oh, you are so gonna get it. This game meant an unexpected finale. Oh, you little... She jumped up and tried to run away. But this time she won't get away. I grabbed her hand. And now what? I can't just smash her head against the table. This pantomime lasted a few seconds. Suddenly, Ulyana skillfully grabbed a glass full of compote and splashed it in my face. That way she managed to get free of my grip. She dashed off towards the counter and I chased her. This resulted in several flipped tables and a pile of smashed tableware. 5 pioneers crippled by various injuries and full exhaustion of both parties. Dear God, is it really worth it? Jesus Christ. A draw, sort of. A belligerent draw. Jesus Christ, I'm fighting with the 14-year-old child. She is 14, right? I don't know. Tell me you won't behave this way again. And you? Oh. When you think about it, such a riot couldn't go unnoticed. Well, are you satisfied with yourselves now? Her voice appeared to be calm, but I was sure she was about to explode. And who's gonna clean up all this mess? Exactly what happened. Who? I'm asking you, who? Him! Oh, fuck you, replied Ulyana with complete confidence. Her! I objected less confidently. Oh, well, it was more like a her? Both. The camp leader brought a conclusive end to this ongoing argument. Generally, I wasn't sure that my share of the blame was more than hers. Although Ulyana didn't have a drop of guilt on her face. Beat it. I'm not cleaning. Ain't nobody got time for that. This is his fault. He started it first. No, it isn't. Oh, yes, it is. Oh, man. I'm not going to sort out all that nonsense. Semyon, go grab a mop, a bucket, some cloths. You know, that kind of stuff in the closet. And as for you, she looked at Ulyana with such a burning gaze that I felt a bit sorry for the girl. You start to pick up the broken tableware immediately. Olga took a deep breath and continued. You're nothing but trouble. How many times have I told you? That's harsh. Wow. Suddenly a perfect idea flashed in my head. Why don't I just run away? Sure, Olga has caught us already, but I'm not the one to blame. Of course, I'm not that true pioneer she keeps talking about, but in comparison to Ulyana... Anyway, she's the principal culprit. It's not like I have nothing better to do than cleaning up the mess here. I have to seek answers. The truth is out there, somehow flashed in my mind. No, it'll only make things worse. Nah, running away is hardly a good idea. For starters, Olga has caught me already, and dashing off would only aggravate my punishment. As well as that, I was indeed partially guilty. Of course, it was all her fault. But if I hadn't reacted like that, probably we could have avoided this thrashing. Okay. I opened the cabinet and took out a broom, a mop, and a dustpan. Olga wasn't anywhere near Ulyana by the time I returned. She's gone? Can't you see for yourself? Ulyana looked upset. All her youthful spirit vanished without a trace. Okay, hang on a sec. I'll go and wash myself a bit first. I shot her an angry glance and headed towards the exit. I washed the scraps of lunch off myself and returned to the canteen. Well, no escaping it, we have to clean it up. It's all because of you. Just a single gamer gave me the creeps. Of course it is. It's me who's guilty of everything. It's me who's a local natural hazard. Oh, shut up. Still, it's kind of strange that she's not trying to avoid the cleanup duty. Olyana had a solid opportunity to just run away and leave me alone, but somehow... Olyana had a solid opportunity to just run away and leave me alone, but somehow she did the exact opposite, diligently gathering broken plate fragments, mopping the floor, picking up the chairs and tables. In fact, she was so fast that I had a tough time keeping up with her. Well, now aren't you suddenly acting all goody-goody? It's not like I want to spend the whole day here, you dork. She still sounded irritated. Listen, you've got to understand that you can't behave like that. At least, not to such an extent. For some reason, I decided to try and give her a moral lecture. I haven't done a thing! Aw. It was you who was calling me names. Olyana grabbed a bucket and a mop and went to the farthest corner of the canteen. Looks like she's still angry. Why does she have that face? We're lucky that at least the forks and spoons are made of metal. We still have something to eat with. But there are hardly any plates. Hey, Olyana called me with a shout. I went over to her. I don't get it. Why do you hate me so much? Aww. Oh, now I'm sad. It's so sad. Why do you think so? No, I don't hate you. You just irritate me. No, don't say that. I have no idea. That's exactly why I'm asking you. I don't hate you. Okay. Oh, now I feel bad. It's just that sometimes you behave like a kid. Well, you know. As simple as that, but still true. Like what? I have no idea. She lifted her gaze to me, boiling with curiosity. Well, for starters, what's the big idea in pouring the compote all over me? You were asking for it, she smiled for the first time since we started cleaning. Yeah, sure. I heaved a deep sigh. So what do you expect from others then? Nothing, she replied acidly. This discussion was over, so I just continued cleaning up in silence. It took us a few hours to fix up the canteen. At last, all the broken tableware was gone, chairs and tables were in designated places, the floor looked clean. We were sitting together with Olyana next to the food counter, breathing heavily, deservedly resting. Now you see how much effort has to be put in because of a silly trick. But I'm not tired at all, though the sweat pouring down her face told the opposite story. Oh well, good for you. So what are you gonna do next? I'm gonna continue this in the next episode. We've been going on for quite a bit. So, I don't know, that whole thing, that was hilarious. I really like that. Oh man, but we'll continue this off in the next episode right from here. So I really hope you guys are enjoying, and I will see you guys next time. Alright, Butternuts out.